Cam Radio, it's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, the sports book at KM Radio every Tuesday night. I want to thank everyone, thank Big Lou for everyone for coming on board, and let's get right into a lot of games to talk about. The Thursday night game kind of went the way we said it would go. The Patriots over the Jets. The Jets did make an interesting. It made it an interesting. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I think going into the fourth quarter it was 21-14, so the Jets were in it. Justin Fields didn't play poorly. The Jets just need so much. They got a lot of young talent. I guess they'll just have to see if they're going to keep Justin Fields. If they're going to try to work with him. I think Justin Fields is just. I think he just hasn't found the fitting that he needs. Even though I don't think he's doing terrible with the Jets, but Drake May had a good game, 25 for 34, 281 yards. I mean, it was a stellar performance, and they're 9-2.
Yeah,
they're above
9-2.
And the Jets are 2-8. Definitely going to be getting some draft choices. And Thursday night game.
Yeah. I don't think I think Aaron Glenn's lease is short.
Could be.
But the Jets, I mean, it could be. I'm not sure what to do with that because the Jets have been, they've been a dumpster fire for so many years. They had the Rex Ryan years where they was making it to the playoffs and the NFC championships with Mark Sanchez and all those guys, but it's been a work in progress, and they've been through GMs, they've been through head coaches, they just cannot get it right up there. I'm starting to think that the curse went over to them.
Right. Well, I think some of it is they've had so many changes. They really don't have a. They don't have a. I don't know. They don't have a personality. You know what I mean? They don't have.
They don't have a culture. Like
they have a culture.
Yeah.
Been changed so much over the years, and I mean, this, like I said, it's just been a dumpster fire. But I think you got to find somebody and stick with them, and let them try to build a culture, and stick with a culture, and try to get him the tools that he needs. I mean, the Rodgers experiment that didn't go well. Spent a lot of money. A couple years ago, they had a really good defense. Just what wasn't a fit. And I think going forward, I think they just got to make a stand and say, hey, we're going to stick with this. Let's see what we can build off this. Because giving somebody a 1-year deal on a coaching deal or 2-year, I mean, you got to get. They need some time. They can't turn that. That can't be turned around in one season.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. They got to get someone in there that can establish who they want the Jets to be. I think that the president, the Jets president and CEO, I think he has an idea of what he wants his team to be. He just hasn't found the person to display that for him. And it's terrible because it's been a long time.
Yeah,
And
it has.
So yeah.
The Dolphins and Commanders. It was close. The Commanders, 13. It was 13-6. Washington still without their star quarterback. Mariota was 20-30, 1 interception, 1 TD. It wasn't a terrible. Tua he didn't have any touchdowns, no touchdowns, no interceptions. They did win. I mean, Miami's, I don't know. At the end of the year, we'll see which direction they go in. If they get rid of the coach, if they get rid of Tua, is Tua the answer?
Right.
Because they definitely, I know they've won the last 2 games, but there's a lot of turmoil in that franchise, and they're definitely not. And you look, that's another franchise. it's been a long time since they've been really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just I mean, that's been a long
Yeah.
time. They've had a couple years here and there, but not
Yeah,
anything sustainable.
they'll flash us. They'll give us a flash. Even when they had Fitzmagic down there, they had a little flash going on then. But
Yeah,
it didn't pan out. All the way back to and me and my cousin was talking about this all the way back to when they let Jimmy Johnson go to Dallas.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
had they
That's true.
kept, and I think was Breeze the reason why that didn't work because
Yeah,
they traded Breeze.
I don't remember what the deal was, but
What?
Jimmy just wasn't a fit down there. It didn't go. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it didn't go well. I think the ownership had one path, Jimmy had another path. They should have kept him there because had they kept him there, then all of the players in Florida would have wanted to go to Miami. They had a
that's
straight pipeline. So what happened in Dallas could have happened in Miami had they kept him.
that's true. And then you had the Nick Saban experiment, which didn't work out.
Oh that didn't work out at all.
So I mean, just there's been a lot. Just been a lot of stuff, but I think again, you
Yeah.
just got to coach like they just
Yeah.
did, and they're trying. They're trying to give them time to turn things around. But like I said, we'll see at the end of the season because I mean, unless they go on um, a 9 game or no, they'd have to go on 7 game winning streak. I mean, I don't foresee it happening, but doesn't mean that it can't. The Panthers and the Falcons, good
Hmm.
game.
Yeah.
The
Good game.
Panthers win it in overtime,
Uh-huh.
and the Panthers are 5-5. The Falcons are
Yeah.
kind of a disappointment, but Bryce Young is starting to come around. I mean, he's
Yes.
starting to come
Yes.
440 years. I mean, yards, three um, three TDs. Michael Penix Jr. didn't have. I mean, he threw. He was 13 for 16,
Hmm.
175. Kirk Cousins came in for a short. He threw for 48. No picks. Um, but that's another team, Atlanta. Not where I thought they would be. I really thought they were going to be in the hunt, and they're not really
I
in the
did.
hunt. Yeah,
I
they
did
just
too. I thought they were going to make it difficult for Tampa Bay, but it doesn't seem like that's the
does
case.
does and Young just kind of coming along, and that's a good thing. I mean, I like to see. I hate when a top quarterback comes in and he's not given any tools, and everybody points the finger and says, "Oh man, this guy's a bust," and it's like he's a
Right.
bust. I mean, he can't save the planet by himself. I mean, that's the name of that's the name of the game. But Falcons hung in there. They made it a close game. I will give them that. Um, the next game is the Bucks and the Bills.
What a
Heck of a
game.
game.
What a
What a
game,
game.
Tony. I watched it from kickoff to the last 3 seconds. I mean, that was a good game, back and forth. Uh Man, I think that to me, that was the best football game on today. Or Sunday to me.
I,
Bucks and Bills.
my problem with it is to win, and now people go, "Oh man, you're complaining." We won, but Tampa moved the ball at ease. Baker Mayfield gave us
Yeah,
everything
that part.
we asked for. So that being said, on these later teams, there's 2 teams in the NFL to me right now that are starting to float to the top. One is the LA Rams, and the
Hmm.
other is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philly's off. Philly's offense isn't super duper, but their defense is. Their defense
Hmm.
is lights, and that, my friends, is what wins championships. Those are the 2 best teams that I believe. Now, there's arguments for 3 and 4. Not taking anything away from Denver, not taking any away from a couple other, even the Pats. I just think
Hmm.
Philly and the Rams are definitely on a different, just a little bit different of a playing field.
Hmm.
Uh, that
Yeah, they're
being,
a higher tier.
um, I think. and Buffalo won. Okay, Buffalo won, and they put it all on Josh
Mhm.
Allen, which
Yeah.
you just can't do. I mean, he can't do it week after week. He needs help. They,
Yeah.
they need
And
they need a number wide receiver. I mean, you can't that theory everybody eats. It sounds really good, and they need defense. They
yeah.
need a top pass rusher. Um,
Hmm.
because man, they were cooking and burning. There is no doubt about
Yeah.
it.
See, the Joey Bosa that we had last week, we needed him this week.
Yeah,
The Joey Bosa, we need him to show up like he did last week. We need that every week. If he could do
yeah.
that every week and pin the opposing team offense, pin them back a little bit. You don't got to pin them down. Just make the ears flat back. You know, get him something to think about, and he'll show up in the game, and then he'll disappear. And we
I,
just need that consistency out of him every game.
I totally agree. You got to have somebody they're afraid of. I mean, it's the same
Yeah,
thing with wide receiver. I'm not saying you got to have four of them, but if you have one that they're afraid of, they got to double team him. It leaves the other guys open, gives you a lot of options. Um,
right. Because
the,
I think they need to really revisit Keon Coleman. They need a number one. They need a over the top dog, and they're out there. They just need to grab one of them guys and go.
the part that's aggravating is that the trade deadline's already passed. So what the
Yeah.
product we have
So
is the product we have. So that's it.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
yeah.
you know now it's like, well, hey, can he pick up pick up someone next year? Because this year we're going to have to play with what wrong with your brung. Ain't that what they say in racing? Wrong with your
Yeah.
brung.
Run
Um,
what you brung.
the Texans and the Titans. It was a tight game. The Texans are starting to come around.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they Cam Ward. I like Cam Ward. I mean, he
I
didn't
do.
have any interceptions. He doesn't have a lot of help. Um, they need a lot of pieces, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
pieces. But Houston is as a team is coming around. They didn't have their starter. Uh, Mills started for him, but he didn't have any interceptions. You can't ask
Right.
much more of that of a quarterback filling in. It was 13-6. It went down to the wire. Um, Definitely an under game. The Bears and the Vikings. This was tough. I know the Vikings had some,
Yeah.
but Vikings put 14 up in that fourth quarter, um, and they barely squeaked by. I mean, they kicked a field goal. Are the Bears? So here we go again, back to the media hype. So
Mm-hmm.
now Caleb Williams is, everybody's on their on him. Oh, he's this, he's that, this and that. I think he's good, but the
Mm-hmm.
media, being the media, you have to realize they have. Let me see if I get this stat right. They have 7 wins. The 7 teams they beat, their records are 19-50. So they haven't beat a lot of top teams.
They had
Yeah, they're
a lot of garbage time. Well, a lot of
bottom
trash
of the barrel.
can. Yeah,
Yeah, I
bottom of
mean,
the barrel. Bottom of the barrel. That's what I was looking for.
but this is what happens with the media. They're going to the Super Bowl. It's like, well, they got to play. I understand you only can play who they put in front of you, but
Mm-hmm.
you do know that eventually you're gonna have to beat somebody. And if you don't, it goes back to what we just said. Like, got to look at their matchups. And I thought it was a very interesting stat: 19-50, the 7 teams that they beat. That's their combined record.
Mm-hmm.
But hats off to Chicago. It's been a long time since they had some winning down there, so it's seven
Yeah.
three. The Vikings are still struggling, but they're moving. Uh,
Yeah, they're
they got
moving.
the people
Yeah.
injuries. Two,
Mhm.
three.
Yeah. That and missing Sam Donald.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Who is now that was two other teams. Yeah, that's another team that's on that top 5 list is Seattle. You better believe that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they
Yeah,
and I get it. I don't think it was personal. I just think they didn't want to spend the money. Everybody's trying to
right.
capitalize on the money, and I get it. I mean, it's a pretty so we go to the Jet. I mean, go to the Giants and Green Bay. Good game,
Mm-hmm. Good game.
tough game.
Good game.
James Winston played. He played.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
he got
old
back.
Jameis.
Yeah, James.
But it's still the same old Jameis. We still see the same thing. He'll make a spectacular play and
And then he got an
follow it
interception.
up, follow it up with with an interception.
Yeah.
And the thing about Jameis is Jameis has everything in the toolbox that you need for a great quarterback. He's a
Yeah.
great quarterback. He's just an inconsistent quarterback. He
Yeah.
throws as many interceptions as touchdowns. And if they could, if that problem could get fixed, but I don't think it's going to get fixed because we've seen it too many times. And we
Yeah.
see it the same way every time. Miraculous
Yeah.
play, old head play. And it's just a struggle to be like, okay, it's like you're like, what happened? You just scrambled and avoided 2 sacks through a 48-yard first down. And then the very next play after that is an interception. I mean, is it too much hype? Is it, I struggle with that because
Well, yeah.
I want him to be one of the good quarterbacks in the league because of the fact that he has everything. They'll run through walls for James. And he's not even a starting quarterback, but he
No.
just has that charisma to get people behind him. But
That
it's just the turnovers. That's the only
what was it?
thing that hurts.
That one year he had 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. It was something
Right.
crazy. Just
Yeah, right before Brady came. 30
yeah.
touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Make it
Yeah.
make sense.
He like I said, he's had some opportunities, and the interception ball has definitely been his kryptonite.
Yeah. Love the guy too. Love him.
Yeah, guys,
Love his motivation. Love
yeah,
him. It's just ugh.
all his teammates speak very highly of him. Yeah, he's a very
Yeah. Great teammate. And I know that, he could rally the troops. He did it in Cleveland.
yeah,
It got a W when they were like down in the dumps. He got him a W.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's very true. All right, so we got Cincinnati
hmm.
and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won. Joe Flacco still didn't look bad though. I mean, he had one
No.
interception, threw
Hmm.
for threw for 200 yards. Mason Rudolph threw for 127. Uh, Aaron Rodgers threw for 116. They both had a TD. Um, so I don't know. Like I said, it goes back to Pittsburgh's going to have a good record, but I don't know how much substance is actually there and who they really can beat. And
Hmm.
Cincinnati missing so much. Um, and like I said, Flacco I think has been a very good, um, very good add on. I mean, he's been a
Yeah,
great
very
fit.
good, good addition. Yeah, he's been a
Yeah,
great fit to toe the line while um Joe Burrow gets, full makes a full recovery. I hate to have to see him come back too early
yeah,
just to
yeah.
get them to where they need to be. I think with Flacco, they can maintain until Joe gets all the way healthy, get some reps in, get his football body, get his football motions back before you put him out on the field. You know,
I say,
let him work
I say,
some kinks out stuff.
I say that you sit him for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I agree totally because it's like you're not going anywhere.
No, you lose
You
one
know,
more game, I mean, you lose one more game, you're going to be 3-8. Where you, I mean,
yeah, you're
we
done.
can't. Yeah, why bring him back? Why bring him back? And yeah, but hats off to the Steelers. They win. How about the Jaguars beating up on the Chargers?
Good
That,
Jags. And see, and that's why the Chargers frustrate me because they lose games that they're supposed to win. Now I know it's any, and we all know it's any given Sunday. It's any given Sunday, but on paper and on film, the Chargers are a better team. But like I say, any given Sunday, anybody can be victorious. But the Chargers were supposed to win that game.
Jackson's they're 6-4, so they're
Mm-hmm. So they got
you
a
know
winning record.
they got a winning record. They're in the uh, they're definitely in the hunt. Let me go here. Rams Seahawks. That was a game.
Yes, man.
That that was a
That
game.
that that was a game. Yeah, that was a game.
I mean, Seattle ain't no joke. Sam
No,
Darnold.
yeah, and they're knocking
Yeah,
on the door.
he had a bad day. He had 4 picks. I mean, there's no doubt
Mhm.
he had a terrible day. Um, but Stafford, he only threw for 130 yards. He only threw the
Right.
ball. That goes back to that defense,
Mhm.
controlling the line of scrimmage, and let's just run the ball, eat the clock. You know what I mean? And that's just
Mhm.
and for Seattle to only lose by 2 points with 4 interceptions,
Yeah, yeah,
that's something. Yeah, that's something. I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Um,
You don't have to beat yourself up for losing that game. I mean,
no, I
y'all was
totally
right
get it.
there. Y'all was right there. Yeah.
49ers and Cardinals. Uh, 49ers do what they do. They
Mm-hmm.
win. Cardinals go 3-7. Like I said, I think at the end of the year we'll see a big change in Phoenix. Um,
Yeah, I'm thinking coach. But the only thing about the quarterback situation is there's nobody coming out of
yeah,
college that's just totally outstanding.
supposed to be a bad draft. What do they say? It's a bad
Yeah,
draft for quarterback.
bad drafts for
Um,
quarterbacks. So, and what does Arizona do? Is there anybody, are there any veteran quarterbacks that are better than Kyler Murray and, they can execute their offense? That's a question they have to ask themselves. Is there anybody current that can take that
come
team
in
over and get it in the right direction?
absolutely. And 49ers are 7-4. Cardinals are three and
Hmm.
seven. The Ravens are basically one game behind Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
Game, and Pittsburgh better keep on winning because the Ravens with Lamar back. I mean, it was 23-16. Um, Shakur played. It
Hmm.
was a close game. These two play each other tough. I don't care if Cleveland's 1-15. They're going to play that game tough. Now, man, they get it on. And
Hmm.
Shakur, what I will say this about him to all the other media guys: get off his back. He's a rookie. He's got a lot to learn. But I think he's a good talent. I think a
Hmm.
lot of stuff kind of got put on him. Too flashy. Too this. Too what. I get it. But let him play
Hmm.
football. He did a good job yesterday.
Yeah.
He came in and with he needs some reps. I mean, even one of his teammates was like,
And
"I
he's
mean,
not
come on."
getting them. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not getting
So
any reps with the ones. So how do you know what to do in the game if you're not getting any
right.
reps with the ones in
But
practice? Learning what
but
the
he did.
receivers like, learning what type of ball they like throw to him. He has none of that.
But he did good.
Hmm.
Which is cool. Hats off to him. The Broncos and the Chiefs. Okay, now a couple weeks ago we looked at the Broncos and we were like, I don't know about these guys. Bo Nix
Right.
was in a slump. They played really really tough. It was 22-19. Um, it was a good game. You know what I mean? And the Chiefs are 5-5. The Broncos are 9-2. Looks like the Broncos are gonna win that division. Here's the deal: a lot of people can't see they can't win every year. They can't be
Right.
17 every year, man. Yeah, I mean they're going to have a down year. That's what happens to organizations. I mean, if you look at New England, look at New England. They had the six Super Bowl run, 20 years of a little dynasty. I mean, there was a year they went undefeated and lost to the New York Giants. It happens. Lost twice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it happened. What did Bill used to say? On the Philly. What about the game today? on the Buffalo.
On the
On that
on
way.
the Buffalo.
It's over.
Yep. It's over with. On the next week.
Lions,
On,
Lions in the East. I took the over. I lost.
yeah.
Well, I will say this: with Philly's defense, man,
Yeah.
that defense,
Yeah.
the front four. Oh,
Those
the
front
front
four
four.
are ridiculous. They are
They,
savages.
yes, they are. And that middle linebacker, they'll make you pay for everything. This wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
fun game to watch by any
Mm.
means. Jalen Hurts. You know how many yards Jalen Hurts threw for?
Was it? I know it was
Oh,
like extremely low number.
135 yards. That's what he threw for. But who
Wow.
cares? You don't have to,
Yeah.
right? You winning.
Right. You winning.
You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
winning. That's the name of the. That, I mean, Jared Goff threw for 255 yards, one interception. I mean, they just grind it out. Like I said, it won a great game to watch. Like, oh, this is so exciting. It was very, very dull. They play very dull
Yeah.
football. Nothing. They're going to run the ball down your throat. He'll throw when he has to, and they just keep winning. They're 8-2. Detroit 6-4. Detroit definitely looks touchable this year. Last year they were,
Mm-hmm.
they're on this pedestal, and
Right.
it's with all the injuries they had, and they had literally third string guys that were just stepping up and making plays, and it was just like, holy
Yeah.
cow. Gibbs for Detroit, one of the premier running backs of the league. He had 12 carries for 39 yards. You
Mm.
can't, I mean, that's
Can't
not
win that way.
no, and that's
Yeah.
not Detroit ball. Detroit is
Mm-mm.
running the ball and just lights you up every which way. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, this is going to be it's going to be interesting in NFC when it comes into the playoffs. All right, when we get back, we're going to cover our bets. If we missed something to you guys, hey man, we only got so much time. We always tell you this. We only got so much time. We only get 28-minute breaks, so that's what we do. So,
Right.
like we go over games coming up this week. I want to thank everyone for tuning in every Tuesday night on Sportsbook on KM Radio. Remember, hit us up on Facebook, on our Facebook page, Sportsbook, or KM Radio Facebook page. All right, Big Lou, we'll be back in 2 and 2, as the man used to say, right here on KM Radio every Tuesday night. The Sportsbook, Tony G and Big Lou coming to you from KM Radio, where we go ham.
Damn.
Booyah. KM Radio, it's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, the Sportsbook. Every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Check us out. Hit us up on our Facebook page, the Sportsbook or KM Radio. Now we're going to dive into our picks or the action for next week. Let me see. Trying to get it broken down. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, we're good. Okay. All right. Starting with our Thursday night game is the Bills and the Texans. It's a must win. It's really a must win for Buffalo, and it's a must win for the Texans, because you can't let Houston's trying to stay relevant, try to stay in the playoff hunt, and the Bills are trying to stay as close as they can to New England, so they can't.
Mm-hmm.
So losing the home field advantage. The spread is 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta. I think you have to, only because it could happen at any time. You have to go to Josh's TDs, his passing TDs. I mean, you have to look at
Mm-hmm.
that as a prop. And
Right.
it says here, for 3 TDs, It's plus 4 and 8, 488. I mean, I know that's a long shot, but he's been doing
Mhm.
it. That's the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? The thing. You got to look at like, oh, he's been doing that. And then I think you
Hmm.
got same thing with Dak. Dak has great, he's a great prop. Oh man,
Yeah.
his yards. Um, and then you got, let me see, let's do pass yard, passing yards. You can get him at plus 230 at minus 105. That's a nice, get him at 240 plus for 127 plus 127. Like I said, if you
Hmm.
look at stats, he's averaging 245.5 yards a game. You know what I mean? You could
Hmm.
play.
Yeah.
I feel like, um, you know, this they got a backup quarterback in Tech in Houston.
Hmm.
So really, come down to if the Bills can rattle him. If they let him just
Yeah.
do whatever he wants to do, then it's going to be another shootout,
Right.
which goes props, the yards. My prediction, the Bills hold it off, and it'll be a shootout. I
Hmm.
think the over's 43 and a half points. I think it goes way over 43. Only
Hmm.
because Bills can score points and their defense can't really stop. So it makes for a really
Right.
good, I'm just spitting out facts, man. I ain't this ain't
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We just yeah, we need some work done on that defense.
Yeah,
I do believe that I think should be able to handle the Texans because, they got a couple of big puzzle pieces they need to fill in to get their offense back to the way it was when they was going to the making the playoffs with CJ
right,
Stroud. They
right.
don't have the dominating defense that they had, and they got to get some more players in there
Yeah,
because I love I love Tank Dell, but I think it's time for them to start doing running back by committee.
yeah, yeah. I'm in agreement with you there. Um, the next game is the Patriots and Cincinnati. Uh, Cincinnati's just too banged up. I think Flacco maybe check out his yards. Look at Chase's receive yards. But I think New England's going to come in and probably beat them by 10. The spread's 8.5. Cincinnati just has a lot of injuries, and they lack pieces. They lack some pieces. That's what happens even with Joe Burrow there. It just so when Joe's there, it just he can make stuff happen and make put them in a
Yeah.
game where they shouldn't. But I like New England. The over 49 and a half. I don't like that because New England could grind them down, score 20.
Hmm.
Cincinnati, he can score on some weaker opponents because Joe's got the arm, he's got the receivers, but this isn't a weaker opponent. This is a very good defense, well ran.
Yeah.
It's just the same New England
Hmm.
way, well ran, not a lot of mistakes. Um, no, but I like the Patriots. I mean, I could you see? I mean, anything's possible, but I definitely like the Patriots. Seattle and the Titans. I feel bad for the Titans. That's all I can say about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
I
see.
feel. Yeah, I can see
Well,
Sam
it
get.
really doesn't matter if it's on the road or not. It really doesn't even matter. Sam Donald is on fire right now this season, and it looks like that it's not a fluke. He's continuing to do so. The Titans are 1-9. They are 0-5 at home, Tony.
Yeah. The good news is you can probably get tickets really cheap.
Yeah.
That would be the
28 $28 VIP suites.
probably. But but to be honest with you, those are good games to go to. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean, they
for the
really,
experience. Yeah.
yeah, experience because you can get a lot of bang for your buck because you could get really good seats for cheap. Um, here's where it gets tricky though. The spread's 13 and a half, and you never know if
Ooh.
they let the foot off. Like, hey, we're up by 20. Kind of
Garbage
like the
time.
kind of like the NBA does. You hate to
Yeah.
see somebody get up by 30 and then you got the over, you got this because they start pulling people. And
Hmm.
that third quarter, they're done. And you're like, I only needed 10 more points. They're done. That's too much.
Right, right.
because I think at this point of the season, I think you will see people start pulling people. We've got a lot. We got to get a little bit to go
Got a
before
lot
May.
more football to live. Yeah, we got a lot
Yeah.
more football to play.
So but 13. That's my only hang up with. But the over's 40 and a half. Um, I like the Seahawks if you can wiggle it back down to 10 maybe. The Jets and the Ravens. The Ravens. I mean, obviously, should win this game. Shouldn't be a
Mm-hmm.
problem. Um, I like Lamar. Maybe check out some Lamar stats. Uh,
Yeah.
Derrick Henry stats on the prop bets. Um, but the Jets with 14 points, you don't, like I said, you don't know because a lot of these teams are going to start putting backups in, saving their people for, because we're
Mm-hmm.
already, I mean, what are we in week 10 or week 11?
It'll
We're in
be
week.
we're wrapping up week 10. We'll be in week 11 Thursday.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So check out Henry's and Lamar's, but I definitely like this is another one. If you can tweak it down to maybe 10, definitely like the the Ravens. Detroit and the Giants. This could be interesting
Mm.
because the Giants have been
Interesting game.
playing better. I mean, I know they haven't won. I know they haven't been winning, but they've been right there with
Mm-hmm.
a lot of teams, and they're getting 10 and a half. And I think we saw some weakness on the. I think Philly had exposed a couple things about Detroit.
Yeah.
One thing about exposure, is one thing, but then you have to be able to carry out what you've learned. You know what I mean? And they may not be able to
Mm-hmm.
carry. Detroit is playing at home.
Yeah.
The over's 50, which I believe they can put up some points, and I think the Giants can put up some points against them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's a lot. 10 and a half. I like the over, and I maybe even tweak the Giants to 12. See what you can get that number at. And this may come down. They may because I'm sure a lot of people are going to dump a lot of money on Detroit, and as
Yeah.
they just start shifting the line. You can always
Mm-hmm.
tell when money changes.
Right. Right.
Uh, but you got to like Detroit at home. Next game, Indianapolis Colts, KC. KC's at home. They're favoring KC, which I coming off a loss. If
Mm-hmm.
everybody if everybody's playing for the Colts, if everybody's playing other stars, um, I don't see how you cannot pick the Colts plus three.
Right.
Plus three. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Because the Chiefs, although they're winning games, it's like they got a lot of injuries and stuff. They got some injuries going on. Pacheco's hurt, so they got to
yeah.
lean on Kareem Hunt a lot. And I don't know.
Well, here's something else. If you look at like the history with KC, they make teams get out of doing what they're supposed to do. Give you a good
Mm-hmm.
example. Last year or the year before, when Baltimore was running the ball, they ran the ball very few times in a playoff against KC. It's
Mm-hmm.
like what they abandoned what they got there, and that's one thing. That's one thing that the Kansas City has always been able to do. It's because it's got that mystique of can we beat them? They're at home, just like
Mm-hmm.
New England.
Yeah.
But if Indy comes and plays their game, don't let them get you up. Play your game.
Yeah.
They're going to beat the Colts. They're going to beat the Chiefs. And it
Mm-hmm.
could be, like I said, this could be a nail in the coffin. There'll be six. I mean, they could go 11-6. If they lose this game, I don't see them winning their division. Um,
Right.
but
Yeah,
I
they
like,
got to get this one.
yeah, they got to. But I like Indy with everybody being healthy. I'm gonna have to look at the. I got to see all the I gotta see all the injury reports, and then but I'm definitely the Colts. Definitely like the Colts. Here's another good game: Minnesota Vikings at Green Bay Packers. Classic.
Man, what a classic rivalry game. We have the Cheeseheads versus the Purple People Eaters. Who
Purple
will come
people. That's
victorious?
right. I
Who will
well,
come victorious in this game?
what's interesting. Hold on, I'm pulling it back up. Got
Okay.
off. So what's interesting about this? It's a big rival game. Green Bay's at home.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love. Jordan Love has been known to be two different Jordan Loves.
Right.
Minnesota is going to play them tough. Minnesota just comes off a loss. But I like Green Bay's probably going to win it. I mean, they're going to win it outright. But you tweak that to just make it 7.5, and
Uh-huh.
I think they can make it grimy enough to where it could be. I mean, because they just lost. I mean, it wasn't like they're getting
Mm-hmm.
blown out. They have a good
Right.
defense. Like I said, Packers, Jordan Love, I mean, there's some action on. And if you feel real froggy, you could bet them on the money line at plus 230. I mean, weirder things have happened. I mean,
Yeah.
then Green Bay can be beat in Green Bay. There's no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no doubt in my mind that they can be beat. Um, but I kind of like Minnesota coming off a loss, and Green Bay. I like I said, I like them with the points. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
deluded. Um, and then you can go into some props in there. Uh, Trying to get all of my thing in.
Okay.
Next game, Pittsburgh and Chicago. What are you thinking about that?
Good matchup. Good matchup.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, Chicago, Aaron Rodgers, uh, Haley Williams, uh, Chicago's bend but don't break. And I think this is gonna be it's gonna be I think this is gonna be a good one.
I think it's going to be a very good one. I think. I think. I like the under 45.5. This could be a real grimy one too, as I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh plays everything tight, and they utilize the clock very well. Chicago, I mean, both defenses. Chicago is at home. Weather could be a factor. I mean, not that it could be a factor on Pittsburgh plays in bad weather too, but it could slow the
Mm-hmm.
game. This time of year, we always talk about this time of year is when things are starting to get. I tell you what's funny about the Buffalo game. All right, so that park, the stadium is 45 minutes outside of Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So where that stadium is, that usually gets hit with snow. Well, the
Right.
Buffalo was getting hit with snow, and for some reason, it just never hit out there. I don't know why
Mm.
exactly, because it was kind of like, huh? But yeah, pay attention to your weather. Check your weather of the stadium area. But yeah, I like the under in this. I really can't. Can you give me a winner on this? Too tight?
Uh, it's kind of tight, Tony. It's kind of tight. I had to search it. I had to do a little homework for this one.
Like I said, I like the under. The under is
Mm-hmm.
definitely um, very attractive. Like they could pull up some prop
Yeah.
bets, and check see what they're offering on there. Maybe put two together, two
Mm-hmm.
little parlay, a little two teamer, a little two proper. Um, Next game is the Jaguars and the Cardinals. Cardinals are going to Arizona. I like
Yeah.
the Jaguars are playing pretty sporty right now.
Yeah. They're starting to see flashes of the young prince come out.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's 2.5. The over's 47.5. I like the under. Um, the You can even look at what Sunshine's props are, what his passing yards are. He might have some um, favorable prompts. Yeah,
Let me
you
see
may have
here.
action. See if we pull him up real quick. Uh,
He's got 2,151 yards passing.
huh. Yeah, you might want to check out his passing, maybe even a TD anytime touchdown. It's always a good
Yeah.
anytime touchdown is always good. But yeah, I expect the Jags to beat them by 7.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I agree.
All right, let's go to tell me about the Saints and the Falcons because the Saints are favored.
Yep. Saints a favorite over the Falcons. We're not sure what's going on with Raheem Morris down there. Seems like soon as he gets those guys right, the mistakes come back.
Yeah.
So, but an Atlanta New Orleans game is a big rival.
Yep.
So they're gonna have a lot of Atlantic fans in the building, but it's just something about Bourbon Street and the energy down there. I think the Saints pull this one off. I think Spencer Rattler is a good enough quarterback to beat Atlanta, and because the Atlanta is still trying to figure it out, what type of team they want to be.
Right.
So I think they're going to be able to get in between some of those guards and centers and get a quarterback sack.
So but you think the Saints can put some points on the board?
I definitely hope so. I definitely hope they can give me 14. Just give me 14.
I mean, they scored more than that in their win,
Mm-hmm.
and and they're playing they're playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
Three
Against
25.
Atlanta.
No, it says Atlanta at the Saints.
Atlanta at Saints. So they're home. Saints are home. They
Saints are
should win
home.
that game. They should win it, but we'll just have to watch it and see. They should win
What
it
do you
though.
think? What do you think about the over though? 39.5. That's not a lot of points, but
No, but
Atlanta hasn't been a powerhouse neither of
no. And then you got the 3-7 Falcons against the 2-8 Saints. So that's probably why that number's like that. Because both teams have been doing so well this season.
yeah. They true that. Um yeah, I like the Saints. I do. I like the Saints in this game. They can
Mm-hmm.
playing. It looks like they've been having a little fun trying to make things happen. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay and the LA Rams. Ooh,
Yeah. This is going to be a nail biter too.
yes, yes, I agree. I coming off a loss. Baker. I mean, Baker's been playing pretty good, man. I really can't really say. I mean, the Rams have been playing really good too, though. I ain't gonna say.
Yeah. The Rams been playing pretty good too. And with the addition of Stephon Diggs, it's gonna be terrible. Because I know Andy right now is thinking of some plays where he can get him more involved.
So Diggs is over in LA.
Uh Devontae.
Devonta, yeah, okay, there we go. You got me. I was like,
Did
wait,
I say Diggs? Did I say
yeah, you did.
Diggs?
Okay, trade?
Yeah,
Did I?
my bad. My
No,
bad. I meant to say Devontae.
yeah, Diggs is in New England. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
Devontae. Yeah, they got Devontae, so that's a huge plus. The over's 49.5. May look at some Baker yards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can play around with maybe moving the spread a little. Yeah, it's just hard to go against the Rams. They're another
Yeah.
mystique-ish kind of play really well, and they can be beat. but you got to come with your A game. You know what I mean? You're not. And the thing that with Tampa Bay is their defense is a little bit suspect. You know what I mean? Or it's a lot suspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the offense moves well. Baker's doing good. He's found a home. I mean, all that is positive. The
Mm-hmm.
defense is little lacking when it plays a top opponent, and the LA Rams are definitely a top opponent.
Right. Because you know Sean McVay is gonna cook up some stuff that's gonna make them look silly.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. So I like the Rams. I like him at maybe 5.5 or 6. See if you can get that. But I'll take the Bucks +7. This line is probably going to change because see I think you're going to see a lot of people um, heavily dump on the Rams. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
think you're going to see 70-80% of the betting go towards the Rams, especially with the Bucks coming off a loss. But we know any given Sunday it could happen because this league is very, very. I think they're trying to make it very, very
Mm-hmm.
equal amongst everyone. So that's
Right,
very, very.
right.
So we know that could happen, but the Bucks are going to have to be on their A+ game in order to beat
Mm-hmm.
the Rams, provided a freak injury or something like that. But yeah, I like the Rams, and I kind of like the over
Mm-hmm.
as we sit over taking the Rams in the over in a two
Yeah.
gamer. Not a bad not a bad little two gamer. The Rams
Yeah, not
minus
bad.
not bad at all. Put them together for a plus 140 or something. But yeah, let's go with the Rams and the over. And let me do this. All right. Monday night matchup is the Carolina Panthers, San
Mm-hmm.
Francisco Niners. Um, San Fran still, got some injuries. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the Panthers, what's the Panthers record?
Ooh.
Panthers
Panthers record right now are 6-5.
6-5. And San Fran's is
7-4.
7-4. So before you write Carolina off, or anybody out there, before you write them off, this could be a pretty good pick because you're getting them +7.
Mm-hmm.
Automatically, you might have to look at it and go, well, because it can happen. You know, what I mean, they could because we're um, talking about 7 points. And look, it's funny because you look at the props right now. 89% of all the money is on San Francisco. Only
Mm-hmm.
11 is on Carolina. McCaffrey's anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
Anytime TD score -250. There ain't no action in that. I mean,
Mm.
they've taken all the money out of that.
Right.
Thank you. Apologize for not reaching. So I think, I mean, obviously you can't do that. But like I said, the Carolina Panthers +7. This may even go up a little bit more because of obviously
Mm-hmm.
the one sidedness,
Yeah.
on the betting. So you will see the spread. Um, and like I said, Carolina's they're not perfect, but they're a pretty
Mm-mm.
decent ball club that can definitely hang with San Fran if they start making a couple mistakes they can capitalize. San Fran isn't known for that, but it does
Yeah.
happen. Time McCaffrey, you always got in the back of your head. You always got to think with him with injuries. He's been prone. You know what I mean? There's always
Mm-hmm.
a lot of pieces that could crumble. I mean, nothing is guaranteed whatsoever. Another thing I want to bring up was I think I did a short on this. So somebody was showing me some stats and they were talking about Arkansas, LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas with the points. They're going to be there. Arkansas with the points. That was a win. They only lost by
Mm-hmm.
one. They're well, I've 4.5 is what Caesars was giving. I did see it as high as 5.
Mm-hmm.
So games you got to watch because, like I said, when we're talking about it, we're talking about with the points. You know what I mean? Because people are like, oh man, you think I said points? I said with the points. I didn't say outright. That's why the points are there to sway you back and forth. I mean,
Right.
that's why they call it gambling, and that's why on the money line, a lot of times you don't get any action. Minus 400 is an action. That's not a thing to me. But anyway, saying that, you always got to kind of pay attention to that. And I'm telling you, the live, really paying attention to those live bets because they sway so much, and you get a little second where you're like, okay, done. Have lost, won a lot on the live bets. Now, don't forget, if you guys have anything you guys want to reach out to us, and a community event, an announcement that you need, or whatever that you need. You're starting up. You need players for your Little League football. I mean, we reach so many people, and the station does too. All you got to do is reach out to us, Facebook, on our sportsbook, or our KHAM radio. Call the station. All right, guys. Big Lou, another Tuesday night in the books. It's going to be another great week of football.
Another great week of football.
Great week. And we're going to, there's everything going on. But all right, guys, I want to thank everyone for tuning in every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Tony G, Big Lou, the Sportsbook on the biggest station in the land. KM Radio, where we go ham.
Ham.
Boom. Good show.